Hey guys, it's Lauren here, and today I'm coming at you all to talk to you a little bit about my lock extensions. I am very excited to be updating you all because a lot has happened since I have made a video regarding my locks. It's been about 4 months, and it has been about 1 month since I've had this new set, and this is my third set of locks. So yes, a lot has happened. I ain't really gonna get into that this time around. I just really want to show you all my locks. I did have a set of thicker locks, and that's the beauty of lock extensions, is you really see what style of locks you'd like to have, whether it's sister locks, whether it's regular, size lock, thick locks, medium locks, the whole nine. So I do definitely think that getting lock extensions allows you the opportunity to see what you like best. Even though you guys are probably like, this looks like the exact same set that you had in your last video, this is a different set, and I think I have decided that I really do love this size of locks. I have about 59 or 58 locks in right now. I really wanted 60 or 64 or 70, but I just realized I have a very small head and pretty fine hair, and that just is impractical for starting out locks on lock extensions. Like, your lock to part ratio needs to be sufficient so that your hair can grow out properly. So that's very important. I have noticed that people do, for the longevity of locks, lock extensions, they do have to sacrifice their lock count for the integrity of their lock extension. So that's it. But anyway, you all, this is my third set of lock extensions. Really, like 3.5, fourth set, but again, I'm really going to try to spare you from that story. These locks, though, are not completely handmade. Close to 50 of them are a set from Napster. They're size small and extra small, and you're probably like, you have extra small locks in your head right now? Yes, because again, the back of my hair is very fine. And if you can see, excuse my armpits, the back of my hair is very fine, and so I knew that I wasn't going to be able to hold on to a thick lock in the back of my hair, so I did get two sizes, small, extra small. And again, I just didn't have the bandwidth to make this set of locks completely this time around, after really finally deciding that yes, in fact, I do want locks. So again, I don't want to get into it, but as you can see, some of these are the handmade ones that I made, and I made these ones just so that when you get the extensions from Napster, like, they're very uniform, and after experimenting with locks, I know that I don't like locks that look completely uniform. And even on the ends, like, I've combed out some of the ends, and then I added some of the kinky bulk hair to the end just to kind of give it a more natural lock look, because I just don't like the blunt ends. And you can even comb out the ends of the Napstar hair extensions just to give it a more like natural kink at the end. And then just kind of like let the hair walk on its own, and that'll look more natural. But yes, a lot of people who have the Napstar lock extensions, they complain about the hair being very stiff and the hair being very itchy. So there's a woman on Instagram who I will link her information below, and let's get into focus again, and she suggested, I was like, hey, I see that you have the Napster extensions, like, please help me because mine are super itchy and stiff. And she told me basically to just start conditioning the hair and leaving in a leave-in conditioner, and I have been doing that, and I really like it. I use the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight Rose conditioner. It's not the conditioner that I would ideally use for my locks, just because or lock extensions or whatever, just because it is very thick on the surface, but you can dilute it, and I do like how it lasts in the hair. But I do feel like you can find a better texture and better formula of a conditioner to put in your locks. For that conditioner, I take a big clump, I dilute it in my hands, and then I just go through it very lightly. I don't like moisturize. I literally just like barely touch the hair and go through it just so it reaches the surface, and then I rinse in less than like a minute of having it on the hair because I don't want it to dry or penetrate into the locks. And I avoid the top proportion of my hair just to make sure that my hair doesn't start to unravel from the lock and it doesn't start to overly frizz from the lock, and that my roots stay nice and, you know, natural. I don't put anything really on my roots in the shower, like conditioner or anything. So yeah, even doing that for the last couple weeks, it has definitely loosened up the hair texture. It's loose. It's made it more comfortable, less itchy. The locks are a lot malleable now. They don't really start getting stiff until, like, you know, a week after washing them. So I do wash them once a week just because I can start to tell the difference, and I do like it when they're a lot more light and fluffy and, you know, flexible. Again, I do brush these in the shower just to loosen up the lock extension and make it keep it a little bit fluffier and have it less dense, because I can't really tell if these are real handmade locks, but they really seem like they might be machine made just because they are so dense. But they will last you long. It's not like the locks are going to break off or anything, so that's cool. I mean, the body of the lock. I can't say that the lock wouldn't break off from your natural hair, but yeah. Alright, so let's talk about these roots, because you came here when you saw the semi-freeforming lock extensions and you probably thought, girl, you delusional. But no, I am not. So I did a bricklayer parting with this, and I don't plan to ever retwist these locks. I really don't. I hate to say that on camera, and I hope that I never do. But as you can see, the hairs, we've got a little bit of the hairs that are coming out of the locks. They're starting to frizz and kind of get these afro roots really nice and together. But for the most part, I'm retaining my hair on the locks. Now for this one here, this was a lock where, like, I realized that I had this big chunky lock on my hair here. And I did just go in and fill in a little bit with that free African tea ball care that I had, just to keep that body there while this root matured. And this is what my roots are looking like. They look super healthy, super good. And I can tell by my wavy hair pattern, like I have a deep wave in my hair. It's not a coily type of curl, that my locks are going to be flat. And I'm just like, how flat are they going to be? Because I really, look how thin that looks on the side, but then look how wide it is here. So I'm interested to see how it grows out. But as you can see, like, this is my hair. It's starting to lock. Like, it is. You can barely spread that apart. It's definitely locked right in here from the instant lock. And you can feel how, like, that feels a lot different right in here, this area, than here and here. So it's definitely on its way to locking, which is nice. And again, even though this is a wide lock, it is keeping its hair. Even this little guy's around there. And then the hairs that are growing in, like coming out, the new growth, they're finding some hair to stick onto, which is really nice. And these are what my roots are looking like. As you can see, I part my hair, and yes, you can see the clean part, but you can't see really much of that root until I start spreading. So yeah, this is what I am so happy with. Now let's talk about these edges, and then I'll show you the back part of my hair. My edges, I had an afro of semi-TWA throughout this entire time of starting my locks, and historically the front part of my hair has always been, you know, finer and a little bit shorter. So I don't even want to part this because you see this is starting to do its own thing, and I really like how this looks when I pull my hair back. So I'm not going to separate that, but I am going to show you like this is my sideburns. My hair is always been historically a little thin there. It is not like I'm not balding. I just have very fine hair. So I contemplate whether I just want to leave this down and let it grow out to have like really pretty loose, you know, face framing curls, or if I want to like pull this up and potentially like have that recede and thin. So I think I just like to kind of like leave it down. And then for these little fuzzies here, like front part, these fuzzies, as you can see, again, it's starting to look like my hair is just fine, and I get so self-conscious about it. But then I see people with locks, and I'm like, hey, you know, it's pretty normal. Because when I pull my hair back, my hair is not thin. It's just when I part it, you know, it looks crazy. So, but as you can see, like, that's so thick right in there. Anyway, so what I do sometimes, because this hair loves to grow out of the lock, is I do like to take it, and I hope you guys can see, wrap it around. And again, like, because I like to pull that back, sometimes I don't even do that. But I usually do it after I wash my hair. Mind you, I'm only a month in, so we'll see how well this treats us. But what I do is I take right where this lock is getting like thick, I take my crochet hook. This is a hook, this is not a needle. And I pierce it through, and I take that little piece of hair after I've wrapped it, and I pull it back. Okay? And that allows it to, you know, have the appearance that it is holding on to that root, and then it's nice and long. And of course, whenever I wash my hair, it just comes out. But in between washes, I do like to tuck those hairs into the locks, and I always like flex it back before I do the crochet hook, just so I know that I'm not pulling on my edges. And yeah, so yeah, and then I have these little babies that will definitely stay out. Sometimes, depending on the style, I'll hook that into there, and that'll be a part. But as you can see, for the most part, I like the locks to look like, you know, they're cascading from the head. Alright, so let me turn around because my mom's about to be here in a minute. I'm about to cook dinner. But this is the back. As you can see, the hair is starting to kind of web at each other, and we'll definitely just separate that, but the webbing is great. That shows me that the hairs are growing into the roots of the new growth of the lock. I do have little ones that I know for a fact there's like 3 pieces that have been this way for a while that just really don't like to be in locks, and that's fine. I wonder if they'll make little tiny locks as I grow on, or I can just tuck them in, you know, to the roots of another lock, and they'll be like congos or whatever. But yeah, I don't plan to retwist these locks. I really don't. I'm very excited that I have them. And I don't plan to ever take this out. I think this is a pretty good set. And yeah, that's that. Like I said, I did lightly lighten the ends just to give it a natural ombre look because my roots are so dark. But I know my hair naturally lightens, so that'll be fine. Yeah, this is what it looks like pulled up and back. So that's another reason why I like to leave those roots out. But yeah, this is pretty much it, y'all. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be doing more videos, more lock updates, and just more spending time on YouTube. So yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.